Has anyone had the opportunity to move during your career? I have moved 7 times during my career, always for a better job opportunity. Yet I've always felt the urge to move back to my hometown. I've met a lot of wonderful people along the way, and have developed friendships I will always cherish. But I had to make a decision where I changed careers while in my 40s. The number of jobs were limited in my former field, yet the opportunities for a new career were unlimited. So I'd like to share with you how I made the decision to go back to school at this point in my life. 3.5 years ago, I was laid off for the first time. I spent 25 years in the food service management field, managing cafeterias. I started as a part-time employee in a local business while going to school at J. Sargent Reynolds Community College. I graduated with an associate's degree in business management and moved to Atlanta, Georgia for my first management opportunity. After Atlanta, I moved 5 additional times all along the East Coast: Tennessee, Northern Virginia, Florida, and then to Baltimore, Maryland, where I spent 13 wonderful years. When the job market tightened in Baltimore, I had the opportunity to move to Newport News, Virginia. I felt the job would be more secure, and it was closer to home. I was laid off a year later. So my last move came when I moved back to my hometown, west of Richmond, in a community called Goochland County. After a year, I found a job with a local business that was a major employer in the area. It was a multi-site location with multiple cafeterias. I felt it was a good opportunity to get my foot in the door for advancement within that site. Little did I know that after 6 months, they would decide to close the building. Layoff number 2. My next opportunity came along, and I thought it was a good one. It lasted only 2 weeks. That was a bad sign. So after many interviews, I finally decided to go back to school. I started researching schools first on the internet, and I quickly decided that a traditional four-year school would not meet my needs. So I started looking at more specialty schools. ECPI was among them. I did the interview and the tour and decided to enroll for 3 reasons. First, you can obtain a bachelor's degree in 28 months, and speed was pretty important in that decision. Second, you went to school for 4 days a week. It left a lot of opportunities for other things to happen in your life. And third, and the most important factor, was that the school was accredited by the Southern Association of Schools and Colleges, and I was familiar with that organization. My brother-in-law is a member of that organization, so I knew the degree would stand up in the job field against some of the other degrees for people who were looking for jobs at the same time. So then I had to decide which discipline I would choose to study. And I always had an interest in computers, and I was always curious as to how things work. So I ended up deciding to get a bachelor's degree in business administration with a concentration in information technology. And I did a little bit more research and found on the Department of Labor website that of the 4 most fastest growing jobs in the next 6 to 10 years, 2 of them were computer related. The fastest growing field predicted was network systems and data analysts. And the 4th fastest growing field was computer software and applications jobs. And by the way, the other two fastest growing jobs were both medical field related. So ECPI was easily in the mix for trying to find a school in which I would be successful. So I started in January of this year, and with some transfer credits from my prior degree, I am more than a third of my way through to my degree. So because of all the technology and changing in the world today, it was in great demand, and it was easy to make the decision to choose that field of study. And even though I'm in my 40s, I felt it was never too late to go back to school. Thank you.